Hi, all. This is your friend, and so I've started this new videos where the intention of this video is to me and you learn English together. So the idea is to we learn English through stories, right? So through stories we can get to know vocabulary and also get a social message from this, right? So here I am starting this new videos where we'll go through good stories and we'll also learn English with that. Okay. So here's the thing. So I'll start off with the story, and the story is by Fang Li, the selfless man who made a difference. So we'll go through this short stories every day so that me and you get to know about sentences and vocabulary. So we'll learn this together. All right. So even I'm new to this. So let's begin. And hopefully we'll do a good thing and we'll learn English together. All right. So here you go. So the story's name is Bai Fangli, the Selfless Man Who Made a Difference. In 1987, a 74-year-old rickshaw puller by the name of Bai Fangli came back to his hometown planning to retire from his back-breaking job. Now, let's stop here and see. Oh, we found a new word called back-breaking job. Okay, so let's try to search what meaning of back-breaking is. Okay, and let's see. So the meaning of back breaking. So the meaning of back breaking is very hard and tiring. Used about it is used about physical work, right? So here he is a rickshaw puller and he is doing a physical work. So he is doing a back breaking job that is very hard and tiring. So there you go. The meaning of back breaking is very hard and tiring. So this man is doing a very hard and tiring work, right? So that's the meaning of back-breaking job. Let's continue with the story. So there he saw children working in the fields because they were too poor to afford school fees. Bai returned to Tianjin and went back to work as a rickshaw puller, taking a modest accommodation next to the railway station. Let's stop here and uh, see the sentence taking a modest accommodation next to the railway station. So let's search what is the meaning of modest here. Okay. So what I found is the meaning of modest is not talking too much about your own abilities, good qualities, etc. For example, people while talking, uh, you might appreciate someone saying that he is too modest. Okay. So the meaning of modest is not talking too much about your own abilities, good qualities, etc. So here in this sentence, taking a modest accommodation means he's taking an accommodation where it is not too luxurious, right? So modest in a sense means that he is not taking a luxurious accommodation. He is just using a simple room and he's staying next to the railway station, right? Okay, great. So let's search for the next word, accommodation, right? And let's see. So meaning of accommodation, accommodation. And there you go, a place for somebody to live or stay, right? So he's he, he has taken a modest accommodation near the railway station. Accommodation, a place to stay, live or stay, and that accommodation is not too luxurious, right? So this is the meaning of modest accommodation. Let's continue with the story. He waited for clients 24 hours a day, ate simple food, and wore discarded second-hand clothes he found. He gave all of his hard-earned earnings to support children who could not afford education. So here, oh, let's see, we found another word called discarded here, and the other word is afford, right? So we'll search the word discarded, right? Let's see, meaning of discard. Discarded. Okay, to throw something away because it is not useful, right? To throw something away because it is not useful. Discard. I'll repeat, discard. To throw something away because it is not useful. So here in the sentence, he wore discarded second-hand clothes which were not useful, which were supposed to be thrown, right? So he was using discarded second-hand clothes he found. And the next word is afford. Let's search the meaning of afford, right? So the meaning of afford is to have enough money or time to be able to do something, right? Afford. To have enough money or time to be able to do something, right? So that is the meaning of afford, like to have enough money or time to be able to do something. So here it's a negative word, right? Not afford. So he could not afford enough money for education, right? So that is the meaning of that. So let's continue with the story then. In 2001, he drove his rickshaw to Tianjin Yaohua Middle School to deliver his last installment of money. Nearly 90 years old, he told the students that he couldn't work anymore. All of the students and teachers were moved to tears. In total, Bai had donated a total of 350,000 yuan to help more than 300 poor students continue with their studies. In 2005, Bai passed away, leaving behind an inspiring legacy, right? So here we found a new word called legacy. So let's search for meaning of legacy, right? So the meaning of legacy is money or property that is given to you after somebody dies because he or she wanted you to have it. Money or property that is given to you after somebody dies, right? So the meaning of legacy is money or property that is given to you after somebody dies. So here he's kind of leaving behind an inspiring legacy. His legacy is to, you know, he donates money, he donates his hard-earned money to poor students, right? And this is inspiring. So he's leaving behind an inspiring legacy. Great. So let's continue with the story. If a rickshaw puller who wore used clothes and had no education can support 300 children to go to school, imagine what you and I can do with the resources we have to bring about positive change in our world, right? So we found a new word called imagine, right? Imagine. So let's search for imagine. Imagine. So imagine to form a picture or idea in your mind or of what something or somebody might be like, right? So it's kind of a you're forming a picture or an idea in your mind. So in this context, what the story means is imagine, imagine in your mind, like what you and I can do with the resources we have to bring about positive change in our world, right? So the story is telling you to imagine, like to form a picture in your mind or have an idea in your mind, right? And see what we can do with all the resources which we have to bring a positive change in our world, right? So this is the story. So we found out many words here, and let me like start off with backbreaking. We found backbreaking word. So the meaning of backbreaking is very hard and tiring. So the here in the story's context, it's a backbreaking job. Rickshaw puller is a backbreaking job, very hard and tiring, right? And the next word which we found is okay, planning to retire. So next word which we saw is afford, right? Afford to have enough money. So what we found out is afford, meaning of afford is to have enough money or time to be able to do something, right? So afford, that is the meaning of afford, okay? And the meaning of modest, we also found out the meaning of modest, right? Modest mean to mm, We search for modest, right? So the meaning of modest is not talking too much about your own abilities, right? Not talking too much about your own abilities and good qualities. And the next word we found out is accommodation, right? So this is the accommodation. Cool. So the meaning of accommodation is, okay, we search for accommodation, a place for somebody to live or stay. A place for somebody to live or stay. That is the meaning of accommodation. Now, in this sentence, modest accommodation means the place where it is not too luxurious and too kind of posh thing, right? So it's not too luxurious. It's a modest accommodation where he stays next to the railway station. Right? That is the vocabulary. And the next word we found out is discarded, right? Discard. So the meaning of discarded is we search for discarded, right? So discard, meaning of discarded. Let's see, meaning of discarded. Right, to throw something away because it is not useful. So he was using discarded, meaning to throw something away because it is not useful. Clothes, right? So he was always wearing discarded second-hand clothes he found, right? Discarded means to throw something away because it is not useful, right? That is the word. So the next word we found out is support earning, right? And the next word we found out is, yes, legacy, right? So legacy is the word. Uh, so the meaning of legacy we searched is money or property that is given to you after somebody dies, right? So his legacy is kind of donating this hard-earned money to these poor students, right? This is a legacy, and this is an inspiring legacy. So his legacy is very inspiring to others, right? Because he's donating his hard-earned money. So again, I repeat. So legacy means money or property that is given to you after somebody dies because he or she wanted you to have it, right? That is the meaning of legacy, right? And the next word we found out is imagine. So in this context, so the story is telling you to imagine, like make a picture in your head, right? Imagine, to form a picture or idea in your mind of what something or somebody might be like. So imagine what you and I can do with the resources. That is, the story is telling you to imagine, to form a picture or an idea in your mind of what you and I can do with the resources which we have, right? And yeah, that is the word, the last word which we kind of got to know, right? So great. So the story is the story ends here, and we learned many things about with the story, a social message like uh, imagine what you and I can do with the resources which we have to bring positive change to our world, right? It's a good story and a great story and a moral story, and also with that we learned a good vocabulary words, and let's do this every day, me and you, and we'll definitely learn English very soon. Okay, be positive, and hopefully we'll do this tomorrow as well. Thank you.